Hey, what's going on, guys? It's No Shoes, and we're back with another one. And today we're going to be reacting to Longest Journey from K-Rino. This is suggested by Timbo Slice. So thank you, Timbo, for the suggestion. Keep them coming in the comments down below. Don't forget to hit like and subscribe if you want to see more videos like this. But without any further ado, let's get right into it. Let's see what K has to say. Let's see what Longest Journey is all about. Let's get it.
Yeah. Don't nobody know you better than you know yourself. It's up to you to go in, for real. Remove the waste. Separate the treasure from the trash. Let's mash. Feel it. I'm about to take a trip to a place that I've never been.
Interesting. The production sounds kind of funky, a little bit out the gate here, but maybe that'll even out as we go. Maybe it's a stylistic choice for the beginning. It's not like anything super crazy, it just feels a little strange.
Remove the waste. Separate the treasure from the trash. Let's mash. Feel it. I'm about to take a trip to a place that I've never been. Traveling within, subconsciously endeavoring. Laying in the meditative state, REM level 10. Concentrated to depths where silence is deafening. Destination in a peace.
Yeah, like the mix on K's voice, there's something that feels like slightly muted about it. Almost kind of feels like somebody laid like a blanket over top of the speakers and then they played the instrument. They played the track through that and recorded what sound came through. Just like like there's a little bit of something just kind of draped over the whole track in a way. But other than that, I like the sound. The instrumental is cool. It kind of contemplative. We got K with a little bit of a conversational intro, and it sounds like we got some clean delivery on the rhymes. Let's hear it.
Within, subconsciously endeavoring, laying in the meditative state, REM level 10, concentrated to depths where silence is deafening. Destination in a peace. I need a.
That's cool. Where silence is deafening, you know, everything's so quiet you just can't help but notice it.
This is deafening. Destination in a peace. I need a high dose to search it like locating a needle in the cosmos. Still in my right mind, walking down my.
Okay, and then talking sounds like he's talking about peace, but more in reference to as if like peace was a drug. Said he needs a high dose, something about like a needle in the universe, something like that. Let's hear it.
A high dose to search it like locating a needle in the cosmos. Still in my right mind, walking down my lifeline, hesitant to go in, afraid of what I might find. Am I ready now to show my true card? The truth that lies on the dark side of the facade. I'm a self-witness, admitting false with the quickness. The first step in purifying is locating the sickness and rotating through a 180 degree.
Nice rhymes, man. Clean delivery. Nothing super crazy going on, but we've gotten some nice rhymes like high dose and cosmos. That fits really well together.
The quickness, the first step in purifying is locating the sickness and rotating through a 180 degree pivot from a negative to a positive imprint when I'm finished. Essentially, I gotta crack my own mind and enter me. Might take a whole century, but I'll find it eventually. I know the good Lord guides me.
Yeah, this is cool. It's just like a little bit muddy. It's barely there, but there's just a tiny bit of like his voice mixing with the instrumental. It's only in a couple places. I think it might have to do with the fact that we're getting a lot deeper of a voice from K this time around. And it might be mixing just a little bit more with like the drum kit or whatever we have going on underneath it. Let's keep going.
Good Lord guides me. The longest journey that I ever took was inside me. I can't let me divide me. The longest journey that I ever took was inside me. I know the good Lord guides me.
And then we're getting the shoot, I can't even remember what it's called. There's this really weird like piece of percussion equipment that some of you might be aware of, where you basically have like a wire, or it's more like I don't even know what to describe it. It's like a bent metal bar, and then you have like a ball on one end, and then you have like a little wooden box on the other end, and you smack the ball, and the whole thing vibrates and kind of goes like, in a weird way. It kind of sounds like they're using something similar to that for one of the drum kits, for one of the pieces of the drum kit right here.
Me. I know the good Lord guides me. The longest journey that I ever took was inside me. I can't let me divide me. The longest journey that I ever took was inside me. Can I save me by saving you?
And that's great, man. The longest journey I ever took was inside of me. And that's something I think a lot of us can relate to, especially myself at this current moment. I'm actually reading a fantastic book right now that has been taking me through a journey inside my head, just finding things, going through the subconscious, doing a lot of writing. And a lot of the times you find stuff like that out by accident because you're just writing. And then you start to realize that you're writing something that you never actually said out loud, thought out loud. Like, you've never put into a concrete form where you could understand it the way you just did. And that's something I also love about freestyling, where sometimes the emotions, whatever it might be, just comes out. But that internal journey, finding yourself, looking for peace, making your you know what I mean. I could ramble on, but let's keep listening.
Or do I need to save myself first in order to understand what I need to do? Indecision becomes a cancer. I realize that I'm the book that holds the answer. A door opens.
That's facts, though. Indecision can quickly become a cancer. It can become a disease, man. Just move. Honestly, that's the thing that I see out in the world that might frustrate me the most, and that might be because I've been frustrated with myself previously for being indecisive on certain things. But the best way to guarantee you will not progress is to stand still and do nothing and twiddle your thumbs wondering about what you could do. Just go out there, give it a shot, you know? Don't do anything crazy or dangerous or horrible, but like within reason. Just go out there. What's the worst thing that's going to happen, you know? Got to move. If you staying still, you just stagnate and you're going to rot away.
The answer. A door opens in my mind, a multi-directional maze. Don't know where to start, so I follow the signs. It points me further in. I notice a confused adolescent, possibly about 9 or 10, under a cloud of bad weather.
That's cool. I'm always a fan of those number bars where you get like in a little bit of counting. It helps fill up a little bit of space. It can fit well with the track, especially depending on where you start your numbers from. But, you know, gives a little bit of a second, helps us catch up to where K's at. Maybe the kid was about 9 or 10.
Notice a confused adolescent, possibly about 9 or 10, under a cloud of bad weather. Sad over the fact that his mother and dad are no longer together. Next thing I witnessed with my eyes, a 12-year-old grieving over a close loved one's demise. Another part of my mental sees a rebellious teenager showing signs of gangster potential. Several other devils will show. The scary part is that I know I got more levels to go. I know the
Okay, and it kind of went over my head for a second there, but I think that child he's talking about, the confused adolescent that might be 9 or 10, and then we see the ages progress as he goes throughout the rest of the verse, is K talking about this journey inside himself. He went back to when he was a kid and he saw his struggles with it sounds like his mom and dad separating. They weren't together anymore. And then talking about, gangster potential. He saw himself possibly joining a gang, getting into some crime, whatever it might have manifested as. And just it's interesting when you go back and you see all those tiny little characters that you've been throughout your whole life, all the different interests you've had, all the different people you fit in with, all the different things he was doing. It's a wild ride.
is that I know I got more levels to go. I know the good Lord guides me. The longest journey that I ever took was inside me. I can't let me divide me. The longest journey that I ever took was inside me. I know the good Lord guides me. The longest journey that I ever took was inside me. I can't let me divide me. The longest journey that I ever took was inside me. Listen, further down my cerebral track.
With the hook, I think if we slowed down the pace just a little bit, there's probably a word or two in there that K could have taken out. I feel like that change in pace just being a little bit more dramatic would have worked better for the track because it would offer us more of a balance between, okay, let's take in everything he said, and all right, now we can kind of relax for a second. But that hook, it just keeps coming so fast. It kind of keeps you sucked in and keeps you listening. Not that there's really anything new being said, but just that pacing of it.
I see a forming embryo inside a liquid filled sac. When he was born, it was tempering, shedding tears over the treacherous world that he was entering. No matter how many stages, the strange thing is all I see is different males of all ages. Some depressed, some exuberant, some scared, some lonely, some happy and jubilant. Though it seemed like it took years to sift through the piles of negative vibes, heartbreaks, the tears and the smiles. It only
Yeah, and he's talking about it all right here. All the different people. I'm taking as all the different people he's been. We might be able to hear this in more of a, you know, open isn't the word I'm looking for, but in a more inclusive sense where maybe he's just including the all, everybody and all the people that all of us have been and how we all change over time. Maybe it's more general, but seems more personal in the story to me.
like it took years to sift through the piles of negative vibes, heartbreaks, the tears and the smiles. It only took a minute to walk down the aisles with thoughts moving per second, 24 billion miles. If you listen, then you should have guessed right. Everyone that I saw was me at a different stage in my life. So if you want,
Hey, beautiful, man. And again, there's this interesting duality of that phrase where everybody that I saw was me at a different stage in my life. One, there's the journey inside. And then two, you could flip that to you got philosophies and stuff like Buddhism and everything where you start to see other people as yourself. Like, I don't know the exact meaning of the phrase namaste off the top of my head, but it's like the, you know, the phrase I believe in a basic concept means like, the divine in me recognizes the divine in you, like hello in that regard. And please correct me if I'm horribly wrong. But point being is that there's a little bit of God in all of us. There's a little bit of you and everybody else that you meet, and you start living a lot kinder life when you start to see yourself and those people around you. But then also you can start to be kinder to yourself when you realize all the different people you've been and what you had to do to get where you are.
understand me, you'll step up. You gotta dig through your internal trash to clean yourself up. I know the good Lord guides me. The longest journey that I ever took was inside me. I can't let me divide me. The longest journey that I ever took was inside me. I know the good Lord guides me. The longest journey that I ever took was inside me. I can't let me divide me. The longest journey that I
And that's great. I can't let me divide me. You gotta be unanimous inside, or maybe not unanimous. You gotta keep yourself accountable. So if one of you starts getting out of line, you got to have another side of you that can pull you back. But it's not about a battle, it's about balancing those forces, balancing those voices, and finding a way where everybody can work symbiotically together rather than tearing yourself back down.
ever took was inside me. I know the good Lord guides me. The longest journey that I ever took was inside me. I can't let me divide me. The longest journey that I ever took was inside me. I know the good Lord guides me. The longest journey that I ever took was inside me. I can't let me divide me. The longest journey that I ever took was inside me.
Cool. Nice quick cut there. I think we could have hit that quick cut a little bit earlier. We'd heard the hook at least twice already, and we just don't need too much extra of it hanging off at the end. At least that's pretty much my opinion for almost every track where we got a little bit more of an extended outro. But regardless, that was The Longest Journey by K-Rino. I enjoyed that. I hope y'all did as well. Thank you again for the suggestion, Timbo Slice. Keep them coming in the comments down below. Don't forget to hit like, hit subscribe, and hit that bell. Much love to everybody in the No Shoes gang, and I will see you all next time.